I believe Marvel is currently on a journey where they are experimenting with various projects. I'm excited to see how it all unfolds, though it's difficult to predict the outcome. Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel just announced that several new projects have been canceled, adding to the growing list of scrapped movies and shows from the past few years. We'll break it all down, including the Henry Cavill project that was abruptly shut down. Toss a coin to your Witcher, apparently. We literally just learned about the project Henry Cavill was involved in last week, and suddenly, it's been canceled. Cavill seems to be one of the busiest actors in Hollywood right now, juggling his Warhammer series while also being a top contender for the next James Bond. Additionally, Amazon recently took over creative control of those Bond films. Fortunately, Marvel's decision to halt his project isn't due to any scheduling conflicts. They still want him for their movies and TV shows. On the DC side, James Gunn recently invited Zack Snyder back for a mystery project, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn also has plans for Cavill in the next few years. Regardless of what happens with Marvel, DC, or anything else, I'll be covering it all. Be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Now, on to a project that actually survived cancellation, Daredevil, Born Again. It's like a Marvel Thanos snap, but in reverse. New episodes are coming in another week, and I'll be covering each one. But if you're wondering why so many Marvel projects have been getting canceled, here's what's going on. Marvel's head of TV has been doing interviews to promote Daredevil, Born Again, and during these discussions, he's been asked about various other rumored or previously announced shows. That's how we're learning about recent cancellations. However, there's good news, too. Alongside the cancellations, Marvel has also greenlit new projects we didn't previously know about. So, it's not all bad, it's just a shift in direction. Marvel has changed the way it develops TV shows and movies. Instead of greenlighting projects before scripts are fully completed, leading to rushed production and major issues, they are now taking a more strategic approach, similar to how HBO develops Game of Thrones spin-offs. In the past, Marvel would start shooting before the scripts were fully fleshed out, leading to major problems that had to be fixed in post-production. That approach may work for big-budget movies, but it's a disaster for long-running TV series. Just look at Secret Invasion. You can't completely reshoot an entire show and expect it to stay under budget. Many of the upcoming Marvel shows were made under this old method, but they've been sitting on the shelf for years. Hopefully, the extra time allowed Marvel to refine them. Going forward, only the best scripts will make it into production. Think of it as a battle royale, scripts fight for survival, and only the bangers get filmed and released. The first project developed under this new strategy is Daredevil, Born Again. Everything else coming out this year was made under the old system. Another reason for the cancellations is Marvel's shifting priorities. The head of Marvel TV revealed that any project entering production now won't be released until after Secret Wars, which marks the beginning of the X-Men era in the MCU. As a result, Marvel is focusing more on X-Men-related stories and phasing out projects that don't align with this direction. It makes sense, they're pivoting toward fan-favorite comic book material that hasn't been explored in live action yet. Fans have been waiting for proper X-Men and Fantastic Four stories in the MCU, so some of these cancellations are simply Marvel making room for those projects. One of the most surprising cancellations was the Nova series, where Henry Cavill was reportedly cast as Annihilus. It's shocking because he doesn't seem like the obvious choice for the role. My guess is that Marvel would have altered the character's look so that Cavill's face was still recognizable, avoiding extensive prosthetic work. Most fans believe Nova isn't canceled forever, it's just on pause. This means Cavill wouldn't have any scheduling conflicts with his Warhammer series or potential James Bond commitments. Another major cancellation was Strange Academy, a Doctor Strange spin-off series. It was meant to be a Wong-led show set in Kamar-Taj and the Sanctum Sanctorum, featuring America Chavez studying magic. The concept was likely Marvel's attempt to compete with HBO's upcoming Harry Potter reboot. However, instead of moving forward with Strange Academy, Marvel has decided to develop an X-Men Academy series based on Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Essentially, they swapped a magic-based school show for a mutant-based one, which better aligns with their new X-Men-centric focus. One of the strangest cancellations was Terror Incorporated, a show based on a relatively obscure Marvel character from the Shadowline imprint. The character, originally named Shrek, not the ogre, was an ancient human cursed to look like a green monster and had the ability to merge others' limbs with his own. The show would have likely had a supernatural, werewolf by night style tone. However, it didn't fit with Marvel's new direction, so it was scrapped. One of the most disappointing announcements was the cancellation of Moon Knight Season 2. However, Marvel confirmed that Moon Knight will return in another project, most likely the long-rumored Midnight Suns team-up. Kevin Feige previously stated that Marvel wanted to introduce more team-based projects beyond just Avengers movies, and Midnight Suns could be a great way to utilize Moon Knight. This would allow for supernatural characters who might not fit into a traditional Avengers film to have their own space in the MCU. Right now, Marvel is actively working on Vision Quest, a Vision-centric TV show rumored to bring back James Spader's Ultron. Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, confirmed for next year. Wonder Man. Ironheart. A Wakanda live-action series, potentially featuring an older version of T'Challa's son. Additionally, Marvel is developing a Champions series, which will serve as their Young Avengers project. They are likely calling it Champions to avoid any potential branding conflicts with Avengers movies. The team will be a mix of characters from the Young Avengers and Champions comic book teams. However, this series won't be released until after Secret Wars. How do you feel about these cancellations? Are there any projects you were really looking forward to? I'm a little bummed that we won't see Henry Cavill in the MCU anytime soon, but it seems like every studio is fighting over him. I'm definitely excited to see what his Warhammer series will look like. Also, a reminder, more Daredevil trailers are coming soon, and I'll be covering those. There's also a Thunderbolts trailer with new footage that I'll break down in an upcoming video. Be sure to enable notifications so you don't miss anything. Marvel also recently announced some changes to the Captain America: Brave New World post-credits scene that don't entirely make sense. Click here to learn more about that, as well as the Defenders' return in Daredevil, Born Again. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.